Welcome, brave souls, to another journey into the shadows. Tonight, we embark on an exploration of real-life individuals whose deeds have contributed to the mythos of vampirism. These figures, from historical characters to modern personas, have each left their mark on the darker lore of the vampire. Gather close, as we uncover tales where reality collides with the supernatural. Our first figure is the notorious Countess Elizabeth Bathory, whose name has become synonymous with the darkest aspects of vampiric legend. In 16th century Hungary, Bathory was rumored to have engaged in horrific acts to preserve her youth, including bathing in the blood of young women. Her crimes, though shrouded in historical debate, led to her arrest and confinement. Accounts describe her as a once beautiful woman whose obsession with eternal youth drove her to monstrous acts. The sheer scale of her alleged acts captured the imagination of many, cementing her as a figure of bloodthirsty legend. Bathory's tale continues to be a chilling symbol of the quest for immortality. In the 19th century, Miklós Cherokee, a Hungarian nobleman, became notorious for his alleged involvement in vampiric activities. Cherokee was rumored to have engaged in occult practices and to have sought out the blood of young women, a belief fueled by local superstitions and his own mysterious behavior. Although historical records are sparse and the details are often mixed with legend, Cherokee's case contributed to the vampire lore in Hungary. His story highlights how aristocratic figures can become entwined with myths of vampirism through their secretive and often controversial lifestyles. Next, we encounter Vlad the Impala, a 15th century ruler of Wallachia, whose reign inspired the Dracula legend. Vlad's brutal methods of punishment, including impalement, earned him a reputation for cruelty. Known for his sadistic practices, he was said to have dined among the impaled bodies of his enemies, creating a spectacle of terror. Though not a vampire in the traditional sense, his ruthless behavior and the terror he instilled contributed to the vampire archetype in literature. His name became entwined with dark folklore, reflecting the fear and fascination with tyrannical rulers. Vlad's legacy endures as a symbol of brutality and the supernatural. Moving to Russia, we find Gregory Rasputin, the mystic whose influence over the Romanov family was both profound and enigmatic. Rasputin's reputed supernatural abilities and his unorthodox behavior led to rumors of his vampiric nature. He was rumored to possess a strange, almost hypnotic charm that unsettled those around him. His death was surrounded by tales of dark rituals and a violent end, further fueling his dark legend. Rasputin's life and demise have become part of the broader vampire lore, showcasing how mysticism and rumor can blend into myth. His mysterious aura continues to captivate the imagination. In Germany, we meet Peter Kürten, the vampire of Dusseldorf, whose horrific crimes included drinking the blood of his victims. Operating in the 1920s, Kürten's gruesome actions and his chilling confession of savoring the taste of blood earned him a place in vampire lore. He was known for his disturbing pleasure in recounting the details of his crimes, often relishing the fear he inspired. Kürten's violent behavior shocked the public and left an indelible mark on criminal history. His case underscores the darker side of human nature, intertwining real horror with the mythical. Kürten's legacy remains a haunting reminder of the intersection between crime and legend. Across the Atlantic, Richard Trenton Chase, known as the Vampire of Sacramento, committed a series of heinous crimes in the 1970s. His actions included drinking his victims' blood and engaging in disturbing rituals. Chase's behavior was so unsettling that he became infamous for his grotesque actions and the fear he instilled in the community. He often spoke of his belief in his need to drink blood to stay alive, highlighting a tragic intersection of mental illness and criminality. Chase's life remains a dark chapter in the annals of criminal history. His story is a stark reminder of the profound impact of untreated psychological disorders. Next, we delve into the case of Peter Plagojewicz, an 18th century Serbian peasant whose death sparked intense vampire hysteria. Plagojewicz was said to have returned from the grave to torment his community, leading to a series of deaths that were attributed to his supposed vampiric actions. His exhumation revealed signs that were interpreted as evidence of vampirism, such as a lack of decay, The panic surrounding Plagojewic's case highlights how folklore and fear can combine to create lasting legends. The local authorities, driven by widespread fear, conducted multiple exhumations and rituals to contain the perceived threat. This case illustrates how societal anxieties can manifest in supernatural explanations, fueling the myth of vampirism. We travel to 18th century Serbia to meet Arnold Po, whose case contributed to vampire hysteria in Europe. Po, a farmer who claimed to be a vampire before his death, was said to have returned from the grave to terrorize his community. His death and the subsequent deaths of others led to accusations of vampirism, with locals performing rituals to prevent his return. Pola's story was so sensational that it prompted a series of exhumations and investigations to address the supposed vampire threat. His tale reflects how folklore and fear can combine to create lasting legends. Now this next case brings us to 19th century Hanover, where Friedrich Heinrich Carl, a lesser-known vampiric figure, who became the center of disturbing rumors, a local merchant with a mysterious and reclusive nature, was accused of engaging in vampiric rituals after a series of unexplained deaths in his vicinity. Witnesses claimed to have seen Carl in unsettling circumstances that fueled the local belief in his supernatural activities. Despite limited historical evidence, the fear and suspicion surrounding Carl's death and subsequent events reflect how personal secrecy and first-hand accounts can propel ghoulish nightmares, and stories in which are whispered in the echoes of time. His story demonstrates how local legends can arise from isolated incidents and societal anxieties. Finally, we explore the case of James Kelly, known as the Vampire of Dublin. In the early 19th century, Kelly was accused of committing gruesome murders and drinking the blood of his victims. His trial became notorious, with sensationalist accounts portraying him as a modern-day vampire. The media frenzy surrounding his case only added to his infamy, blending fact with fiction in the public imagination. Kelly's story is a reflection of how sensational crimes can become intertwined with folklore, highlighting the pervasive nature of vampire myths in popular culture. As our journey through the shadows concludes, remember that the allure of vampirism extends beyond mere folklore. From historical figures to modern subcultures, the myth of the vampire remains a powerful symbol bloodlust of the unknown. Please like and subscribe, and until we meet again, I bid you farewell. Remember to stay curious, stay vigilant, and always question what is lurking in the shadows.